Warwick OSLC, Mary Cosby celebrates son's long road to recovery. Kyle Richards, desperate for Mauricio, back amid Morgan split. Greetings to all Real Housewives fans. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. OSLC star Mary Cosby is celebrating her son's long road to recovery. Robert Cosby Jr. had a very candid conversation with his mother about where he was at in his life. It was not a good situation and he desperately needed help. Mary is giving a very hopeful update, but what is she sharing? For more details, Mary Cosby celebrates son's long road to recovery. OSLC fans have had mixed feelings about Mary Cosby. She married her step-grandfather, claiming that it was in her grandmother's will. Yet, some will state that it was her grandmother's will. After that, she became the First Lady of the Faith Temple Pentecostal Church. There has been a lot of drama behind the church as Mary's estranged mother alleged it was a cult. Mary did leave the hit Bravo reality series after season 2, and for a period, she was just a friend. Now, in season 5, Mary is back as a full-time cast member and fans love the shade. Regardless of her backstory, she is pure entertainment, and that is what viewers want. Then, she became raw and real when her son, Robert Jr., shared that he was heading into drugs and even contemplated suicide. Immediately, Mary did not rush to judgment and told him she would be there no matter what he needed. Robert ended up going to rehab, and then she headed to WHL with Andy Cohen to give an update. According to Reality T, things are going amazing. Not only did he go to rehab, but so did his wife, Alexiana, and she is still there continuing to get the help she needs. Mary Cosby shared that Robert is doing incredibly well amid his stint. Rob is doing so good. I am so proud of him, so proud of him. She added that he came out a new person after a 30-day stay at the facility. Many commended how well she handled the conversation with her son, which was not planned. However, Mary and Robert hoped they could help someone else who was struggling. We just came together, Robert and I said, we're going to do this because we're going to help someone. Fans love Mary. The honesty and transparency Mary Cosby and her son displayed were so heartwarming. OSLC fans have nothing but love for them and how candid they were. Mary's conversation with Robert is one of the best and realest moments in Bravo history. I love Mary even more now. I'll never forget how I bawled at 2 a.m. watching this episode. Sobbed from how beautifully she handled it. Mary, nothing but love for you and Robert. Mary and her son are brave to open up so deeply on camera because most people wouldn't. God bless him and his future. Hopefully, Robert will continue to thrive in his life along with his wife and they make strides together. Are you happy with how far he has come and how supportive Mary has been? Let us know and watch OSLC Wednesdays on Bravo. Warwick 80BH Kyle Richards, desperate for Mauricio, back amid Morgan split. Is OSLC star Kyle Richards desperate for Mauricio Umansky to return amid her Morgan Wade split? Fans seem to feel she has no one as her kids are grown and fleeing the nest. Therefore, she is relying on the company of her estranged husband. So, is she hopeful for a reconciliation? For further details, Kyle Richards, desperate for Mauricio, back in season 13 of RHOBH. It was clear that Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were headed in different directions. She was all about working out and staying sober. Going out and partying was not as big of a deal for her. Yet, Mauricio was busy with his company, the agency. That meant he was constantly traveling, hosting, and partying. She could and did not want to keep up with this, so she started to hang out with country singer Morgan Wade. Rumors began to swirl that the two women were having an affair, something they denied. Yet, the signs were there and Kyle was quite giddy around Morgan. By the end of season 13, Kyle and Mauricio sat down with their children and shared they were separating. When the reunion aired, Mauricio had moved out and Kyle admitted she was curious about being with a woman. Yet, she had not dabbled aside from a kiss with Morgan. Season 14 has arrived and Kyle claims she and Morgan are not together. More so, she won't even say her name. She is very curious as to what Mauricio is up to and who he is hanging out with. She even questioned their daughter, Portia, about it. According to Monsters and critics, fans feel Kyle Richards wants her ex back purely out of loneliness. She does not have Morgan Wade by her side anymore. Her daughters have flown the coop except Portia, and she is alone. She seemed to think Mauricio would always be there, and he did what she wanted and left. One had this to say. Yet, the signs were there and Kyle was quite giddy around Morgan. By the end of season 13, Kyle and Mauricio sat down with their children and shared they were separating. When the reunion aired, Mauricio had moved out, and Kyle admitted she was curious about being with a woman. Yet, she had not dabbled aside from a kiss with Morgan. Season 14 has arrived, and Kyle claims she and Morgan are not together. More so, she won't even say her name. She is very curious as to what Mauricio is up to and who he is hanging out with. She even questioned their daughter, Portia, about it. According to Monsters and critics, fans feel Kyle Richards wants her ex back purely out of loneliness. She does not have Morgan Wade by her side anymore. Her daughters have flown the coop except Portia, and she is alone. She seemed to think Mauricio would always be there, and he did what she wanted and left. One had this to say: she misses her old life when she is the one who left Mauricio to have an exciting lesbian love affair. Methinks Morgan broke up /her, so now she wants Mauricio to take her back. Mauricio Umansky moved on with philanthropist Nikita Khan and has struggles with his father's girlfriend. So the last person he is thinking about is Kyle and her loneliness. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.